thought Kaden was
No,
saying
no
that.
worries. Yeah, they're actual English teachers. They're from France. They speak French, but they're English teachers.
Wait, Brandon. Just right when they start filming, am I asking the question?
Okay, we are here live with our French sister country doing an interview about cultural experiences. And our questions will be asked today by Brandon Quinn.
And Alexander Bridge is the goat.
Hi, my name is Joe Graves. I'm a journalism teacher. If you're new to network, welcome. Glad to have you. This is a great experience. Thank you for coming. Has anybody been to America before? Repeat trip? Okay. What do you think?
Yeah, they've been to more places in America than I've been. So seriously, like,
There's a lot to see.
yeah.
All right. Well, are we ready?
Do I need to like open it up? Like just say hey.
Yeah. We are live in my fantastic.
Centervold? Centervold. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Cold Country. I'm Kaden Brown, and we have some fabulous people from the city of Centervold in France, and we're going to ask them some questions to learn more about them.
What do you usually do for fun?
What do y'all normally do for fun? Who wants to answer?
Well, we do pretty much the same things as you do. We go out with our friends. We go to the movies. We go to restaurants. Restaurants are a big thing in France, but not like fast food restaurants. More like restaurants where you can stay for a few hours and have. And we usually leave very late. um, what we like to do is get together and have potlucks. Is it how you call that? Yeah. And so we spend the evening together, or what we call in our region, because it's a German word, café klatsch. So that yeah. So that's I know in English you can find that word too, coffee klatsch. Yeah, it's when you get together and get coffee and cake, yeah, pastries, stuff like that.
Same. They said go to club. Sport clubs. Do you want to elaborate on what that is?
We have fencing, badminton, football, soccer, all sport you can find.
It's so cool.
So one of the things that's a little bit different is that students don't have sports in school. That's not part of their yeah. But they do practice sports. They just do it in part of like social clubs. So like the rec centers, things like that. So that's how they get a chance to play their sports. Yes, exactly.
Okay, next question.
What's your community like?
What's your community like?
Sandoval is a pretty small city compared to yours because we have around 1,500 inhabitants. 1,000, sorry, 1,500 students in the high school. So it's the high school is pretty much the size as of yours, but the community is much smaller, and but we have a lot of smaller towns all around it. So put together, it becomes a bigger community. Um, it is. What can I say? It's a mix of rural and city life. Yeah, because it's a small city after all. Uh, it is a pretty much industrialized region. And well, we don't have any, like, we don't live near the coast or near the mountains, so it's normal. I don't know. Well, we're also surrounded with forest, like you are. Yeah. Oh, we are 5 minutes away from the German border. So most of us speak German because they are the neighbors. So you need to speak with them. And there is a much larger city, German city next to where we live. So we usually go there if we want to um, like have fun or have a dinner or things like that.
Or buy things cheap.
Yeah, or do shopping. Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Have you been to any other countries?
Have you been to any other countries other than France and the United States? And Germany, yes. Sorry.
So, yeah, basically, yes, we have been to other countries. So obviously, we've been to Germany. We go back and forth between Germany and France because it's so close, obviously. But we've been to Belgium, Luxembourg, Italy, Spain, Portugal, uh, Britain. Yeah, sure. Ireland, the Netherlands.
The Czech Republic.
Sweden, Norway.
All right. Yeah. Where? Yeah. So. Yeah. You're. It is very easy to travel in Europe. You hop on a train and you go wherever you want to go, basically. And where we live, it's really easy to just hop on a train or hop on a flight and yeah, travel wherever you want. So yeah, it is very easy. It's yeah, the heart of Europe is the heart of Europe. And of course, we've been to different states in the United States as well. So not only North Carolina, we've been to Canada. Some of us have been to Canada, and yeah.
What is your favorite state so far that you've visited?
You need to say North Carolina.
That was tough. Just us.
It is really enjoying ourselves and covered some of the histories, a lot of different places, and you guys are really welcoming people, open, yeah, it's great, so awesome.
Thank you. Okay.
What are some differences between fashion?
What are some differences in fashion between like the United States and France?
No, I'm absolutely not an expert, but I can tell you that there is a difference in the students' fashion. Our students dress up, like dress very well when they go to school, and they they like to look, they like looking good. So usually it's it can be, some classes can be a real fashion show. uh, yeah. I think we stole really the jeans, t-shirt, sneakers style from the from you, because this is my usually how I dress even to go to work. Um, do you, can you wear jeans at school? Yeah, on Friday. No, this is something that, yeah, we can wear jeans any day. Yeah. There you go.
What I like in your schools is that you all have the colors of your school, you wear them, and that's quite nice because I wish we had the same kind of stuff in our schools. It would be more traditional and more community like you belong to a group, and we don't have that in France, and that's a shame because it would make a lot of difference, I think, if students could identify to their school as you do here. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay, next question.
What is your impression of schools in the United States?
What is your impression of schools in the United States?
Mind you, they've only been to Mass Hill and here this morning.
I mean, what would you say is like the biggest difference between like a school here compared to a school in France?
Well, first thing, when you come into the school, the first thing that we notice is the decorations that you guys have on the walls. You've got your trophies. You've got student of the month, teacher of the month. Yeah, and we don't do that in France. Yeah, which is a shame. And we're going back with a lot of ideas, and we hope that we can make them work at our school now. But yeah, this is the first thing that we notice. Then what is also different is the the periods that you have. One period in France lasts for an hour, or yeah, about an hour. So um, of which you actually have a class of like 50 to 55 minutes. Here it's longer, I guess, or what we've seen were longer periods. And um, the students finish school at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so which is quite late. You finish earlier, which is nice. Yeah, but you have less holidays. So right now we're on holiday. That's why we're here actually, because it is the holidays in France. So we're not skipping school. It's just a holiday.
Um, also,
Yeah.
also something, about the general atmosphere in the school. Um, uh, I get the impression that you feel really at ease at school, and that it feels like home to you, like a second home, which is really nice to see. Because like you, yeah, but this is the like the general feeling I get. It's not like you appreciate being here, and so this feeling is really nice to see.
You should not understand by that that our students don't appreciate being at school, but yeah, it's the feeling is really different. And I wanted to add something too. We noticed that all the teachers have their own classrooms. We don't. We might travel from room to room all the time, um, and also some, and the students do too. And the other difference is your schedule. You have a set schedule every day. We don't. We have a set schedule every week. So the students might start, for example, on Monday at 10, okay, and maybe on Tuesday at 8. So it's different. Um, we have a longer period for lunch. It lasts at least 1 hour, maybe two. It depends on your schedule, in fact. Um, yeah, you see, food is very important in France. So we take a longer period for lunch.
Each class here has 25 minutes. The students sorry, that's getting in line and getting this together. So maybe 10, right, guys? To actually eat.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, go. Yeah.
So on the topic of food, we're gonna ask like, what's the difference in food from America and France?
How much time do you have?
One of the main differences is the amount of sugar and salt you put on your food. I mean, it's way different. Um, each time we taste something, we're like, "Whoa, that's sweet!" Oh, wow, that's salty. It's not that it's not good, but it's way different from what we, yeah. And the portions are way bigger in the US as well. So we so far we've tasted delicious food. um, and we tried several things, southern food, and we noticed that everything is fried. But it's good, huh? And we were fortunate enough that the people of the Friendship Alliance prepared a Thanksgiving dinner for us a month in advance. But yeah, we really appreciate it. It was delicious. Yeah.
It's really difficult to pick.
Yeah, it's difficult to pick a favorite dish, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Do you want to add something?
I want to add maybe it's really my opinion. It's personal, but the meat you've got the best meat ever. So eating beef in America is something different. Really, I would come back like every 2 months just to eat beef here in America. Anything?
Okay. Next question.
Does your school have like a school mascot?
Do you have a school mascot? Ours is a horse. If you didn't see, a horse. It's called a colt. Yes.
Um, what are some changes you would like to see in your own country?
What in your country? What are some changes you would like to see in yours?
This is a really difficult question, and because of this dealing with the whole country. So if we dig into politics, obviously there are a lot of things that we would like to see uh, changing in our country, but it's difficult, and I don't really want to dig into this particular topic because, well, everybody's got their own opinions, and yeah, but yeah, we're all aware that there are things that are not functioning and that we would like to see function better. And as far as education goes, well, we would like to have more money for our educational system because I think it's about the same everywhere. We are really aware that we lack money to make things really really work, and not just for us. I'm not talking about our wages. I'm talking about money to go for education, for um, better equipment and stuff like that.
And smaller groups.
Yeah, and yes, smaller groups in our classes. Yeah. Anyone else?
Okay.
Do you guys listen to any like American music, or is it mostly?
What would you say is like your favorite American music, like artist or anything?
You listen to Drake.
I like Taylor Swift. and Ariana Grande.
I also like Eminem.
Eminem.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Eminem too.
Et à vous, le poste, vous avez de...
I haven't got usually in France, a lot of music are English songs or American songs. So most of the time we listen to that kinds of songs. But I don't have a particular artist really. We've listened to French songs too, but yeah, most of the time we have English songs everywhere on the radio and yeah.
This is the thing that I've noticed that when I first came to the United States and listened to the radio over here, I could hear songs that I didn't know, yeah, that I just didn't know because they were not played on French radios, and we do play a lot of American songs. I always have, but now we've listened to the radio as we were driven to the different events and everything. Yeah, and actually we know most of the songs because we have those on the radio as well. But as far as I'm concerned, my favorite artist is Elvis Presley. So there you go. I I love rock and roll music, but I listen to all types of music. I like country music. I listen to Taylor Swift as well. So yeah, so basically I like Eminem as well. So yeah, I listen to many different types of music. Bruce Springsteen is also.
Oh
a
yeah,
big
Bruce.
thing,
Yeah. We listen to a lot of American music and or British music. First of all, because we're English teachers, so maybe we're not the good like we're not very like representative of the French population. uh, well, among my favorite, I do listen to rock music and to country music, but I can't remember the names of the artists. The only one I regularly listen to is John Mayer. The thank you. um, Otherwise, it's well very diverse. I don't know.
Country music is not a type of music that is popular in France. It's typically American. So if you are interested in the American culture, you listen to country music a little bit. But otherwise, we don't really listen to country music. It's not something that you can hear on the radio quite easily. So yeah, but rock music, yeah, that's very popular.
What is also more and more popular in France is Latino music, like Latin music, like salsa and all these music that come from Latin countries. This is also very popular in France nowadays. Fine.
Um, this is a recommended question in the comments. It says, "What is the student ratio in your classrooms, like in classes?"
Yes. About 28.
Usually, a class is I mean, it's a set group, and in classes like French, math, history, philosophy, there are about 35 students per class. We are fortunate in the foreign languages. We have only 28 students. All yeah, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. But you have to understand that we all the students take foreign languages from at the latest from the 6th grade to the 12th grade. So that's why there are so many of us from the same school. All the students have to learn English as a foreign language, and they can choose then from German, Spanish, and Italian. And in other schools, you have also Chinese, Russian, Dutch. Okay, it depends on schools.
Um, what are some popular traditions in France? Like,
What are some popular traditions in France?
Food related? Any related? Okay, this is a very difficult question to answer because we have a lot of different regions in France, and each region is very different from the other. So, the region of Brittany will have some traditions that we don't, and we will have a lot of traditions that they don't, etc., etc. We are strongly connected with the Germans, so we do share some things. There is a celebration that we celebrate and the rest of the country doesn't. It's in early December on the 6th. It's called Saint Nicholas. And there is a legend that goes with it. It's a man who comes to bless and offer small gifts to the children. If they have been nice, and if they haven't, there is another one who is a little bit more scary, and who will just give them coal. Um,
We don't.
okay. Ah.
We.
Okay, but this tradition is really nice for kids, especially because Saint Nicholas will come visit the schools, and so everybody gets to see him and to like be and there are parades, yeah, in the streets, like early December. Off you go.
There is another German tradition which we celebrate. It's Carnival in February.
Or March.
Yeah, or March. It depends.
And it starts
In Germany, but not in France. Yes, and we parade. We have parades too, and we disguise, and we have parties. Yes, at Carnival.
Mardi Gras.
We have Mardi Gras.
And of course, there is the 14th of July, which is the national celebration with fireworks, and we celebrate the Prise de la Bastille, French Revolution, big parades, yes, First Republic, and so we celebrate this national celebration, national holiday every year on the 14th of July.
What are some false stereotypes?
What are some false stereotypes? Yes. Yes.
So about French stereotypes, well, as you can see, we're not wearing any berets. No, so this is totally. You might see though some people wearing berets because they're kind of coming back, I guess, but it's not mainstream, right? So sometimes the elderly in the south of France, especially, they'll be wearing berets, but otherwise, not so much. We do love baguettes. All right, yeah, that's totally true. So this is something that we'd eat like every day. We drink wine as well. So I guess this one's true as well.
Hopefully we're not rude. Hopefully we're not rude.
Sometimes I guess we might be perceived as rude because well we don't have the same culture exactly, so yeah. Oh yeah, or when you think about Parisians, they are rude. Yes, definitely, to us they are rude as well.
Much like New Yorkers.
What are your stereotypes about France?
altogether. Yeah, I would like to attest to that. Just having been over there, in Senevold when I went to Senevold this past June. I mean, it was I was overwhelmed with the kindness of every person I met. They were very generous, very kind, and these people here as well. I mean, we've just been becoming, just really have a connection and gotten close, and they really are the kindest, and most generous people you've ever met. So. And I feel like they've also experienced similar things from us here in our city as well. So yeah, so anytime people tell me, "Oh, I heard French people are rude," I'm like, "No, no, you don't. Do you know a French person? Probably not." So sorry, I get very defensive now. So, so yeah, so you guys wanted to talk about stereotypes of Americans, or just
Yeah, I mean, is there any stereotypes that y'all have heard about Americans that you come to find is not true or is true?
You're louder.
That's true.
And many young people think that all Americans carry guns. It's true. In the street, everywhere.
but it's not true. We have a lot of hunting population around here, so maybe.
I don't know. We usually picture American people eating burgers and yeah, and fries. Yeah, and I I cannot say it's not true because we so many people eating burgers and fries, but I'm sure that you don't eat burgers and fries every day. So yeah.
Your cars are huge. They're enormous. Like, how can you drive them? Like they
She just says this because she drives a really small car.
I have a really small car, and I cannot understand how you drive these. They are trucks. They are not cars. I'm sorry, but yeah, everything's bigger, larger. Like, yeah, you have space and you take it.
And oh, it's the same with these huge cups. You would not see that in France. Yeah, that's a bottle. That's not a cup, right? So
No.
That's a small one, guys. This is small for you, but for us it's large.
yeah, each time we go to a place like a cafe or a fast food restaurant, we ask for a small version. That's a large one. So if you ever go to France, you will see that everything is smaller, right? So don't get offended by that. It's just how we work. No refills. No refills, and no ice. When yeah, here we always have to say no ice, please. We are not used to that, except when it's very hot outside. And AC, yeah, you have AC everywhere, and we are cold here all the time. Yeah.
Okay, this one could be like more for the kids. Like in France, like do kids in France do they strive to like go to college? Because in America, college is like a really big thing. Is that like big in France?
Did y'all hear that? Or do you need me to repeat it? Okay, so in the United States, for like kids, it's a big thing that we go to college and we really strive to get into a good university and stuff like that. Do kids in France try to do the same thing?
um, the biggest difference, the first difference between the US and France is that college or university don't cost a lot of money. So for us, a year is $500, okay, or on average, okay, at university, the tuition. So yeah, private schools can be more expensive, but if you want to go to university and it's public, so it's going to be $500 a year. So we don't need to like work very hard for scholarships or things like that, because then money isn't a problem. And I noticed that students tend to choose schools that are not too far from home. So our students will mostly go to the large cities that are not too far from Saint-Avold. And because while the universities are uh, all good, of course we have like the top ones, like the Sorbonne you were talking about. But usually it's like I don't know. It's not you don't want to enter the best of the best uh, at at all costs.
But but just one more thing about universities in other parts of France. When you go to a big city, the accommodation can be very expensive. So maybe the tuition is not, but you have to pay for the accommodation, and that can be quite high.
And she knows because she has
Yes, my
her sons are in different cities and it costs a lot. But you were asking about apprenticeship. Um, it's not very popular, but it's getting we encourage kids to choose apprenticeship now, especially for kids who don't want to go to school, and they can start an apprenticeship when they are about 15 or 16 if they want to. Um, some kids graduate from high school and then they choose apprenticeship, but it's not really popular today. But we really want it to be popular again because we need people who know what they are doing. We don't need intellectuals. I mean, some intellectuals, but not everyone is an intellectual, right? So we really need people who want to have a more concrete job, and people who can yeah, who can get job skills at a young age. That's yeah.
Okay, do you guys know anything about American football and like what do you think about that? Because I know football in your country is like soccer, what we call. So like,
Yeah. The only thing that we know about American football is Super Bowl. It's because we can watch it. I don't know if many people do. Um, yeah, and we're interested in it because we're English teachers and we are interested in American culture. So we, yeah, but most people don't watch American football at all.
And we don't know the rules.
Oh, yeah.
Even though we are interested in American culture and what you do and everything, yeah, we don't know the rules about American football. This is we need to say American football because yeah, soccer is called football in Europe. So yeah, we don't know the rules, but it's the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is getting bigger. I think because of the halftime show.
Yeah.
Mostly. Right. So.
Yeah. Everything that we know about American football is mostly through movies. So not very accurate, I guess. Do you have a football team? Yeah, okay, fine. So your challenge is to teach us the rules of football, or like do something to help us understand what's happening there. Because yeah,
All day.
yeah. Make videos we can watch from home, and then we can yeah.
Let's all go.
Here you are.
Thank
All right, you guys have one more question?
What are some destinations that, like in France, that you think should be more popular? For example, when we think of France, we all want to go to Paris or something for the Eiffel Tower.
What are some places in France that you think should become more popular as destination spots? Because, like, as Americans, we just really only think about Paris. But what are some other spots you think we should visit?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to understand that France is not Paris, right? Or Paris is not France. Um, all places can be of interest. It depends on what you like. Our region is mostly about history, uh, but also architecture. It depends on what you like. Brittany is a very nice place to go with beautiful landscapes, but you can find beautiful landscapes everywhere. It's the same about the US. Everything is beautiful, right? If you look at it in a different perspective, right? Sometimes you can think that your place is not beautiful, but it is. All right. So if you go to France, make sure that you don't go to Paris only. All right. And try to meet people, you know, even though they don't speak English, yeah, you would have a nice relationship with French people. So go anywhere you want, go visit whatever you want. If you like castles, you have all the castles in the Loire. Um, they are the Alps. That's very beautiful. The Pyrenees, it's beautiful as well. The French Riviera. You have. It depends on what you want to do. If you want to hike, if you want to go to the beach, if you want to visit historical places, whatever.
Okay, well, that's about all the time we have. On behalf of the journalism staff, Cape Fear High School, thank you so much for your time. We really learned a lot about you. Thanks for coming. And we hope you enjoy the rest of your stay.